Okay, this is the video part 2 for cubic functions. Now we're going to look at writing an equation in factored form from a sketch. Okay, these are 3 things that you need to look at. Okay, you need to be able to identify zeros, write the factors, and determine the value of your leading coefficient. Okay, all right, let's take a look at this example here. Give an equation for the following function if it has no stretches or shrinks. Well, first of all, what does that mean? Right, it does not have a number in front that was multiplied times it, okay, times the function. So we don't have to deal with that yet. All right, first of all, where does it cross the x-axis? Crosses at +1, -3, and -4. So those are your roots, -4, -3, and +1. Okay, so we've identified the roots. I want to write them as factors. How would I write them as factors? Good. X plus 4, because remember, if you set x plus 4 equal to 0, x is -4. Okay, so think about that as you write these factors. All right, the next one. And the next one. Good. Okay, polynomial form comes from multiplying your factors together. Okay, so if we take x times x, we're going to get x squared, and then 4x plus 3x is 7x, and then 4 times 3 is 12. So let's take this quadratic now and multiply it times the last factor. Okay, I'm going to start by multiplying x squared by both of these numbers. Okay, x squared times x, and then x squared times -1. Okay, now the 7x. 7x times x. And then 7x times -1. And then plus 12x minus 12. Okay, and then finally just combine your like terms. So that leaves us with x cubed plus 6x squared plus 5x minus 12. Okay, so that is what you call a polynomial form of the equation. Okay, do you guys have any questions on that? Okay, let's do this one here. You know what, I'm going to let you write it yourself. And then I'll pause the video, and then you can check your answer. Okay, do this one. Okay, here are the roots. The roots are -4, 1, and 1. And then the factors are x plus 4 squared. This is going to count as a double root over here. And then x minus 1. And so factored form is just using those factors. Okay, you don't have these notes in front of you, so just sit back and watch this. Okay? All right, to sketch the parent function, we already know what the parent function looks like. So looking at number 1, if I stretch it by a factor of 2 in the y direction, how's that going to change it? Two times the function, okay? And then translate it 3 units to the right. How's that going to change it? So we're going to put those 2 things together, the function. Okay, and remember, what function are we supposed to be using? The parent function. We're using x cubed. That's the one we're transforming. So f of x is equal to 2 parentheses x minus 3 to the 3rd power. Okay, that's your new function. All right, so if I started off with the parent function, we know it's going to move to the right 3. Okay, so let's look at that. X and y. Put x equals 3 in there. What's 3 minus 3? 0, and 0 times anything, so the 0.30, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and take a number to the left. Let's try 0. What's 0 minus 3? And negative 3 cubed, negative 3 to the third power. 3 times 3 is 9 times 3. So negative 27 times 2, so negative 4 plus 1. Or what's 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5, so it's going to be negative 54, right? Whoa, that's a... Okay, so 0, negative 54. So it's going to come around like this, isn't it? And I'm just going to kind of leave it at that for now. But, all right, so the domain, what would be the domain? All real numbers. What about the range? All real numbers. Okay? All right. This one right here, no, I'm going to go to this one. I want to skip to this one right here. I'm a cubic function with roots of negative 3, 2, and 5. My leading coefficient is negative. Okay, so how would I write this in factored form? X plus 3, x minus 2, and x minus 5, and it says my leading coefficient is negative. So you put, so that's your equation. Okay? And to get your polynomial form, you're just going to multiply all of these factors together. Okay? So, and I'll just let you work on that one. I want to do another example with you real quick here. If I can find it. All right, we'll take a look at this number 5 here. What are the roots of this graph? We have x equals 2, 6, and negative 3. So what are the factors? Okay, x plus 3, x minus 2, and x minus 6. Okay, so that is factored form. All right, this should be everything you need to know to do the worksheet. So if you have any questions, just let me know at school.